Namaskar. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Aaradhya, the Gateway of Knowledge.
In this video, we will be discussing UPSC Civil Service Pre 2020 GS Paper 1 Economy section. My analysis is that this time this section was quite tough. So let's start the discussion. Question number 1. If another global financial crisis happens in near future, which of the following actions or policies are most likely to give some immunity to India? यानी भविष्य में अगर कोई भी ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस आती है तो इंडिया को इनमें से कौन से मेजर्स किसी तरह की इम्यूनिटी प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. Now three options are given. 1. Not depending on short-term foreign borrowing. Option number 2 is opening up to more foreign banks, and option number 3 is maintaining full capital account convertibility. Now if you go to second option, that is opening up to more foreign banks, of course this option is not correct because more we get open to the international global फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम, यानी कि जितना ज़्यादा हम ग्लोबल फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम से इंडिया को लिंक करते हैं उतना ज़्यादा अगर फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम में एट इंटरनेशनल लेवल कोई फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस आती है तो वो इंडियन सिस्टम में भी बहुत ईजिली पर्कुलेट कर जाएगी. सो दिस ऑप्शन इज नॉट करेक्ट. Third option is maintaining full capital account convertibility. Now there are two things. One is current account convertibility, which is related with trade account. That is import and export. India में full current account convertibility है. Second is capital account convertibility, which is more related with foreign investment. Now India में full capital account convertibility नहीं है. There is only partial capital account convertibility. क्योंकि अगर full capital account convertibility करेंगे तो जितना तेजी से foreign capital India में आएगी उतने ही तेजी से it will go out also in case there is some global financial crisis, and that is of course detrimental to Indian economy. So 2 and 3 options are not correct. So correct option is 1, that is A. Question number 2. If you withdraw 1 lakh in cash from your demand deposit account at your bank, the immediate effect on aggregate money supply in the economy will be. Now in this regard, we need to understand that money supply ke under there is a concept called narrow money. Now what does narrow money means? This means currency notes which is being held with public plus demand deposit जिसमें currency current account और saving account दोनों होता है, plus other deposits of the bank which are being kept with RBI. Now the catch is कि अगर हम 1 लाख रुपीस विड्रॉ करते हैं अपने डिमांड डिपॉजिट अकाउंट से, दिस मीन्स कि डिमांड डिपॉजिट तो कम हो गया बट द करेंसी नोट हेल्ड विद पब्लिक इक्वली इंक्रीज हो गया. This means that overall effect, the net effect will be definitely zero. This means the option D is correct to leave it unchanged. Question number 3. Gold tranche or reserve tranche refers to. Now 4 options are given. Now in this regard, first of all, we need to understand exactly what reserve tranche or gold tranche is all about. अब होता क्या है कि IMF के पास every member country gives some amount of quota contribution. Now this quota contribution which every member country gives, 25% is being paid in form of foreign currency. 1978 के पहले इस reserve tranche में gold के form में ये contribution होता था. That was the reason it was being called as gold tranche. Now 25% is being paid in form of foreign currency. Now this is called reserve tranche or gold tranche जो कि हर country IMF को देती है. Now this contribution which IMF take, this is a kind of emergency account which IMF gives to the member country in case they need it. जब भी उनको कोई ज़रूरत होती है तो IMF से वो ये amount से कुछ ना कुछ withdraw कर सकते हैं. So out of the 4 options if we go, the option 1 says a loan system of World Bank. This is wrong because this is not being given by World Bank. Second, one of the operations of the central bank. This is also not correct. Third, a credit system granted by WTO to its members. Now, credit system तो है, लेकिन it is not being granted by WTO, so this option also is not correct. Fourth option is a credit system granted by IMF to its members. This option is correct, so correct option is D. Question number 4. In India, which of the following can be considered as public investment in agriculture? 6 options are given. One by one we'll go. Option number 1 says fixing MSP for agriculture produce for all crops. Now fixing MSP is not at all a public investment in agriculture until and unless uska procurement government ke through ho. So first option is not correct. Second, computerization of primary agricultural credit society. This option is correct. Third, social capital development. Of course this is correct. Fourth option, free electricity supply for farmers. This is not correct because you never know कि electricity farmers agriculture production के लिए ही use कर रहा है. Fifth option, waiver of agricultural loans by banking system. This is not this will not come under the category of public investment in agriculture, because it will not, in any case, it might not increase the agricultural production. And sixth point, that is setting up of cold storage facility. Yeah, this is a correct option. So 2, 3 and 6 are correct. So correct option is C. Question number 5. What is the importance of the term interest coverage ratio of a firm in India? Now, what is interest coverage ratio? Interest coverage ratio किसी भी फर्म की एबिलिटी होती है कि वो कितना जल्दी अपने डेट के इंटरेस्ट को रीपे कर पाए. Now, according to this definition, option 1 says it helps in understanding the present risk of a firm that a bank is going to give loan to. This option is correct. It helps in evaluating the emerging risk of a firm. This option is also correct. Third option, that higher the borrowing firm's level of interest coverage ratio, worse is its ability to service its debt. This option is wrong. So correct option is 1 and 2, that is A. Question number 6. Which of the following factors or policies were affecting the price of rice in India in the recent past? Now 4 options are given. First is MSP. Of course MSP तो minimum floor price होती है of any commodity, तो ये affect definitely करेगी price of rice. Second option is government trading. Third option is government stockpiling. Government is a very important player. So of course अगर government trade करेगा या stockpile करेगा तो price of rice will definitely get affected. Fourth option is consumer subsidies. Consumer subsidies PDS के form में होती हैं. So this will also definitely affect the price of rice in India. So all the 4 options are correct. So correct option is D. Question number 7. Under the Kisan Credit Card Scheme, short-term credit support is given to farmers for which of the following purpose? Now, out of 5 options, option 1 says working capital for maintenance of farm asset according to RBI Master Circular. This is of course come under the category of short-term credit support. Second option, purchase of combined harvesters, tractors and mini trucks. This comes under the category of capital expenditure of long-term. Third is consumption requirement of farm household. Again, this is short-term credit support. Fourth option is post-harvest expense. This is also short-term credit support. Fifth option, that is construction of family house and setting up of village cold storage facility. This again comes under the capital expenditure of long-term. So correct option is B, that is 1, 3 and 4 only. Question number 8. Consider the following statement. 3 statements are given regarding CPI and WPI. So we need to understand what CPI is and what WPI is. WPI wholesale market level में basket of goods का index होता है और CPI retail level में basket of goods and services का index होता है. Now coming one by one to the option. Option 1 says weightage of food in CPI is higher than in WPI. This statement is correct क्योंकि food component CPI में 46% है while WPI में सिर्फ 24% है. Second option says WPI does not capture changes with respect to the prices of services which CPI does. This statement is correct क्योंकि WPI deals only with goods whereas CPI deals with goods and services both. Third statement is RBI has now adopted WPI as a key measure of inflation and to decide on changing key policy rate. This option is not correct because inflation का measure अभी भी CPI के through ही RBI करती है. Question number 9. Consider the following statement. 2 statements are given regarding MSP. First statement says, in the case of all cereals, pulses and oilseeds, the procurement at MSP is unlimited in any state and UTs of India. This statement is not correct because it is not unlimited. In fact, MSP is being decided at a level, principally at a level at least 1.5 times of all India weighted average cost of production, जिससे farmers को at least 50% margin profit मिलता है. So first statement is not correct. Second statement says, in the case of cereals and pulses, the MSP is fixed in any state or UT at a level to which the market price will never rise. Now we need to understand that MSP एक तरह की floor price होती है. It is not the ceiling price. So second option is also not correct. So correct option is D, neither 1 nor 2. Question number 10. With reference to Indian economy, consider the following statement. 4 options are given. Statement 1 says commercial paper is a short-term unsecured promissory note. This statement is correct क्योंकि CP एक unsecured money market instrument है which has been issued in form of promissory note. So this statement is correct. Second statement says CD is a long-term instrument issued by RBI to a corporation. Now this statement is not correct because CDs are not being issued by RBI. In fact, they are being issued by scheduled commercial banks or all India financial institutions and those institutions which are being permitted by RBI to do so. So this option is not correct. Third option, call money is a short-term finance used for interbank transaction. This option is correct. Fourth option, zero coupon bonds are interest-bearing short-term bonds issued by scheduled commercial banks. This option is not correct because they are not interest-bearing short-term bonds. Rather, they are debt instruments and they are being sold at maturity phase and they are being bought at discount. So this option is also not correct. So correct option is C, that is 1 and 3. Question number 11. With reference to FDI in India, which one of the following is considered its major characteristic? 4 options are given. One by one we'll go. Option 1 says it is the investment through capital instrument essentially in a listed company. Now, as per RBI's Master Direction on Foreign Investment, FDI को जहाँ define किया गया है, it says that FDI is investment made by a person who is of course residing outside India, और उसमें दो condition है. It has to be in an unlisted Indian company, and second, it can be in a listed Indian company, लेकिन उसमें condition है कि 10% or more of equity capital investment के form में होना चाहिए. So first statement per se is not correct. Second statement, it is largely non-debt creating capital flow. This statement is correct because FDI means investment in equity. Third statement is it is investment which involves debt servicing. This statement is not correct because this is investment in equity, as I said, and of course ये old debt को repay करने के लिए तो नहीं होता है. So third option is also not correct. D, it is investment made by foreign institutional investors in the government securities. Now FDI is essentially investment in Indian companies. It can never be in government securities. So D option is also not correct. So correct option is B. Question number 12. With reference to the international trade of India at present, which of the following statements are correct? 4 statements are given. Now we need to understand that all the 4 statements are related with current account. Current account already हम एक question में discuss कर चुके हैं. Current account includes trade in goods as well as services. Now we all know that India में current account deficit है. That is हमारा export कम होता है but import ज़्यादा होता है. So first statement says India's mercantile export are less than its mercantile import. So this statement is correct क्योंकि export हमारा कम है, import ज़्यादा है. Second statement, India's import of iron and steel, chemical fertilizers and machineries has decreased in recent years. This statement is not correct. Third statement, India's export of services are more than its import of services. This is correct because India में अगर हम goods की बात करें तो trade in goods is always in deficit, लेकिन trade in services is always in surplus. So this statement is correct. Fourth statement, India suffers from overall trade or current account deficit. This already I said that India में current account deficit होता है. So this statement is also correct. So correct statement is D. Question number 13. The term West Taxa Intermediate, sometime found in news, refers to a grade of 4 options are given. Now according to Investopedia, world में oil pricing के 3 benchmarks हैं. One is Brent, another is Dubai crude, and third is West Taxa Intermediate. So correct option is crude oil, that is A. Question number 14. In the context of the Indian economy, non-financial debt includes which of the following? 3 options are given. Here we need to understand what exactly is non-financial debt. As the name suggests, Financial Times के अगर definition को देखें तो non-financial debt refers to aggregate of debt, total aggregate debt, जो कि non-financial sectors के पास होता है and not financial sectors. Non-financial sectors की category में included है government agencies, households, non-profit organizations, corporations, etc. Now one by one we'll go to the options. So non-financial debt includes 1. Housing loans owned by a household. This is correct क्योंकि ये non-financial sector है. Second, amount outstanding on credit card. This is also correct. Third, treasury bills. Treasury bills क्या हैं? They are money market instruments which have been issued by Government of India. Short-term borrowing tools है. Of course, non-financial sector के अंदर है. So the third option is also correct. So all the 3 statements are correct. 1, 2, 3. So correct option is D. Question number 15. With reference to TRIMS, which of the following statement are correct? Now what is TRIMS? TRIMS is trade related investment measures which is being put on WTO members. Now WTO we all know stands for free trade. So what does TRIMS says? TRIMS says कि किसी भी foreign products के import में quantitative undue restriction कोई भी country नहीं लगा सकती है. So first statement is correct. Second statement, they apply to investment measures related to trade in both goods and services. This statement is not correct because TRIM agreement does not apply to services. They are only applicable on goods. Third statement, they are not concerned with the regulation of foreign investment. This statement is correct. So correct option is C, that is 1 and 3 only. Question number 16. If the RBI decides to adopt an expansionist monetary policy, which of the following would it not do? 3 options are given. Now first of all, we need to understand what is expansionist monetary policy. एक्सपेंशनिस्ट मॉनेटरी पॉलिसी का मतलब जब आरबीआई चाहता है कि सिस्टम में ज्यादा से ज्यादा लिक्विडिटी हो. This means when it wants bank to have more liquid money, which they can of course circulate it to the people. Now, तीन conditions में monetary policy expansionist हो सकती है. First of all, when SLR, that is statutory liquidity ratio, is being cut down. Second, when bank rate is being cut down. Third, when repo rate is being cut down. So the only option left is increase the marginal standing facility rate. Now, what does MSF mean? MSF is a borrowing rate over and above the repo option, which banks generally uses. अगर आरबीआई एमएसएफ रेट को बढ़ा देती है, इसका मतलब बैंक को ज्यादा रेट में बोरो करना होगा, which definitely banks will not go for. इसका मतलब बैंक्स के पास लिक्विडिटी कॉन्स्ट्रेन हो जाएगा. So correct option is 2, that is increase the marginal standing facility rate. Question number 17. With reference to the Indian economy after the 1991 economic liberalization, consider the following statement. 4 statements are given. Out of these 4, statement 3 and 4 are correct. In rural areas, the growth in non-farm economy has increased. This is correct. The growth rate in rural employment has decreased. This is also correct. So correct option is B. Now coming to the last question. Consider the following statement. 2 statements are given. Number 1. In terms of short-term credit delivery to the agricultural sector, district central cooperative banks deliver more credit in comparison to scheduled commercial bank and RRBs. Now this statement is not correct because out of the total agriculture and allied credit, the share of scheduled commercial banks is 78 to 80% and cooperative banks and other institutions just contributes to mere 15 to 16%. So first statement is not correct. Second statement, one of the most important functions of DCCBs is to provide funds to the primary agricultural credit societies. This statement is correct. So correct answer is B. Thanks for watching our video. If you want us to keep making such informative videos, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, Aaradhya, the Gateway of Knowledge. Till then, take care, goodbye and stay safe.